Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends, we have quite a bit to talk about this week. We have a Miami Grand Prix, a Barber Grand Prix of Alabama, and what was Texas, Steven? What was NASCAR?
Texas.
Okay, what was the name of it though? What was the name of the race?
Oh,
the
Vulch 400.
Sure, let's go.
You think I give a shit about the sponsor?
Hold on.
You should give a shit because they are the ones paying for this. I don't know. I can't even do that with a straight face.
The Verth 400.
I hope it was worth it.
Anyway,
Anyway,
not for Denny Hamlin.
Ooh, nope. So anyway, yeah. What do you guys want to start with talking about this week? I have my preference. I just want to know what you guys think.
What was the least? What had the least amount of anything to it? IndyCar?
See, I was gonna jump right into the fun one actually.
Oh, really? Okay. So which one is the fun one for you?
Only one race this week had a Lego car race.
That was the best. That was the best race of the weekend too.
Yes,
it was.
It absolutely was.
Which is saying a lot.
The
Yes.
two-seater Lego race was fabulous.
Yeah, the Mario Kart Double Dash F1 Lego Edition race. Absolutely
So
hilarious.
So good. And like really cool that Lego did that.
It is.
I don't know.
And it's
I
also
love
really
it.
it's really cool that they also destroyed a bunch of the cars
Yep.
because all of these men in F1 are just fucking children at heart.
Yep.
And you give them something that they can fuck around with, they will fuck around with it.
Absolutely. Aren't we all children at heart though?
Oh, I would have if you put me and Steven in those like Lego cars, we're killing each other. Metaphorically.
Yeah, you thought the damage was bad on those cars.
That would be a
Now?
terrible idea. Putting you two in a Lego
would
car.
Love it.
I
It's
know
got a
you
really
would.
Good idea. Someone has probably done it, but you just need to get the video of the cars bumping into each other, and then was it the Lego Star Wars where if you kill a character, the character falls apart and makes the Lego brick sound?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hope someone's
would be
done that.
If not, you can do it.
Yeah, I could.
You're not gonna.
You can see.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I think Miami Grand Prix is a great one to start with. Mostly because it does kind of set the tone of the weekend of just like dominance. Because yeah, that McLaren showing was what an ass kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say the least.
1-2 in both races.
Did you see the video of the stands of the actual time gap?
Yes, where it was coming off of the back half of the track, right? Through the, I guess, the fake marina section.
Yep.
Yeah. It was kind of scary.
That is terrifying to just for McLaren to be that far ahead. And that was the fears in testing, was that McLaren was that far ahead.
Yeah.
And it shows like they are. They have whatever they did to their car. It's really working for them.
Yeah. Hit by cat. Sorry, cat jumped off.
Hit by cat.
Yeah, the McLarens are unreal. Piastri is the number one there, and I think he proved that this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so clear now that he is like I don't know what it is. Like maybe he's cat. Like maybe he can handle the pressure better. Like obviously he can.
I think it's
But I think it's a combination too. Like I think he has maybe that like edge, like more of an edge than Lando does. So I'm like, I'm not surprised, but I do like, I wonder behind the scenes, does this cause tension in the garage? Because Lando has been McLaren's golden boy for years.
Yep.
I cannot imagine that he's happy that Oscar is very clearly cementing himself as the number one.
There's a solution to that. It's get good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hands on the
honestly-
pressure, get good.
Honestly, outside of Lando, this is going perfectly for McLaren because Zach literally just says what Sean just said of you want to be the number one, be better. Otherwise, we're going to keep prioritizing the guy that's giving the team results because in the end, this is about the McLaren team, not you, Lando. The only person that where Lando comes first is for Lando, which makes sense. That's how every driver should be.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Oscar's the number one. I think I saw a stat today where it's like, if a driver every time a driver has won, like, because how many wins does he have now? He has 4 wins, right?
4 out of
Wow.
6,
6, yeah.
right? And so I think that's what it was. It was any driver who has won at least 4 of the first 6 races in a championship is the world driver champion that year. The only person who didn't do it was Niki Lauda in 1976.
Wow.
I wonder why.
So-
What happened to that year, Steven?
I don't know. Might have run into a few obstacles on that one.
Mm.
But
I mean,
yeah, so,
he wasn't as good. He wasn't as successful as Grosjean. Let's just go with that.
yeah.
I was gonna say it was a very crispy year.
Good movie though. Good movie. Good movie.
Good movie.
Good
Always
drama.
Good. Oh.
But yeah,
one
so
of the best races. Anyway.
That's the stat of the day. Actually, no. The stat of the day is that with this win, Piastri has also passed Norris in all like career wins, which is also fucking hilarious.
Wow. That's funny. So,
Now
so
that-
Norris is just Lando's kryptonite. He is.
Yeah.
Actually, Max is Lando's kryptonite.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, because like this race came down to essentially the 5 laps where the McLarens had to get by Verstappen. And it took Piastri, like a lap. He figured it out.
Yeah.
He figured it out, made the move, was gone.
Yep.
Lando struggled. Like, heavily struggled. And when you had that much pace advantage over that car in front of you, and you took however long it was to get there and to finally pass him, don't forget, that car didn't even end up on the podium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you struggled
Talking
to get
about the
by
Red
it.
Bull.
Yeah, talking about Max. And
It's
you
not
struggled
good.
that hard to get by it. Like, I don't know what's going through your mind. I don't know if you have this fear of, oh, he's going to push me off the track or touch me, yada yada. Okay. Like, it is in Lando's head. If he has to get around Max, he can't. Piastri had no fear.
Nope. But and that's what you have to do. Like, you have to have no fear. That's how you win. That's how you become a champion. It's just like, that's got to be such a hit to Lando, though. Like, his ego must be crushed at this point.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm sure it's been that way since Saudi Arabia, since he wrecked in qualifying. He needs to turn something around or get some luck going the other way. The way Piastri has been driving, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Like, the answers for Lando, it's cliche, but they're within Lando. He's going to have to figure it out himself.
And I don't think he's gonna find. I was gonna say I don't think he's gonna find it. The way Piastri's going, like Piastri's form is just unbelievable.
I was gonna say we're 6
this
races
point.
into the season, and I think almost every single race that Lando beat Piastri, the argument has been, well, Piastri probably could have beat him.
Yep.
I haven't seen one of these races where Piastri wins where they go, well, maybe they should have given it to Lando. No.
Well, like he closed up a little bit on the end, but how much of that was just Piastri? Like, I don't need to do anything and just coast. I'm not going to take risks behind back markers. I'll wait till I get to the spot that I want to, because I have 10 seconds to my teammate and 30 seconds to George Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why rush it?
Again,
Right,
I think
so-
McLaren's great weekend, dominant, and Piastri is off to a hell of a season and will probably win the championship. Now, over to the struggle bus, Ferrari.
I don't. Okay. They a mess. Fire everyone. Because, like, no one's happy in that camp. Lewis?
God,
They're
Lewis's chirping on the radio
know.
was incredible.
I think they're breaking him. You know, like, he might have thought that this was going to be great. You know, whatever they told him, they're breaking him slowly.
Speaking of breaking, give me a second. I'm going to have a cup of tea.
You also coming up with a strategy there?
We are thinking.
We are thinking.
No, it was we'll get back to you.
Oh
my
gosh.
I'll get back to you.
Honestly, it's one. That's a great bit. I'm glad I did that. I'm sorry. I literally
I was so confused, and then I was like,
tea.
"Oh."
I made tea for that bit, but yeah, like Ferrari cannot make a decision. Whoever designed the livery for this race needs to be taken out and shot. Whoever's like making or not making a strategy call is terrible.
It's bad all around. It is bad all around. I don't think one person is happy in Ferrari. It's so sad.
But like, you know, they were competitive with Williams.
Okay.
The only thing, like, going right for Ferrari, the memes are absolute fire right now. The
Why? But like...
was it the boxing one where it's I'm gonna fight McLaren for the championship? Damn, Williams got hands. Is that one, or was it the James Franco? I can't remember what.
First time?
Yeah, Charles talking to Lewis. My engineer's fucking up. First time.
Yeah. Because, like, realistically, that should have been a slam dunk. Lewis has the pace on the harder tires. Let him go. Right? Yeah. He had the harder tire? Or did he have the softer?
No, he had the softer.
He had the softer.
Yeah, he was on the medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had the pace on the softer tire. Let him go. It should not be a problem to let him go, and then as his tires fall back and he comes back to Leclerc, you let them swap.
Yeah.
That is easy, slam dunk. Why you're not doing that?
I don't know. I don't know where they found these people. I am considering they don't know maybe anything about race. It's like a floating dumpster fire, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, so, like, everything's catching fire. At this point, clean house. Like, I just don't know what else to say anymore.
Honestly, I think...
they're the disappointment of my life right now.
You say clean house. I say Vassar drop a hammer on people.
Drop a hammer on people?
Like, no more second-guessing bullshit. Just, like, make the smart call. Make the obvious call. Don't try to overthink this.
Make a call.
Yes.
Just a call. Just one.
Like, anyone who's a fan this year knows that dirty air sucks. And let's be honest, dirty air is just the excuse people use because tires suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember how we fixed dirty air with these regulations where all the air comes from under the car, so it's supposed to be cleaner air? But then back before this, it was always dirty air sucks. But, you know, if people just made better tires, Pirelli, we wouldn't have this problem.
Looking at you, Pirelli.
Yeah, because what was it? I think both McLarens were sitting on that medium tire for over half the race, which shouldn't be a thing.
Nope.
So, fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Ferrari, they need to make some kind of changes there. I think it has to come from the top, from Vassar down. I think he is sitting back. I think, like, seeing how everything's playing out. He needs to step up. And
Agreed.
the Hamilton line to him of the "don't be so serious" or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
You need to be serious, dude.
No, he was responding in terms of like to Hamilton's radio to the guy, because Hamilton's getting annoyed on the radio. Like, it shouldn't be up to the driver to make strategy calls.
No.
And yet we've already seen twice this year Hamilton yelling at them to make a strategy call. That does not make sense.
Yep. Yeah, the driver should be looking at strategy when it's tire wear or weather dependent. Basically, this is not working, we need to switch. And that's not even making a strategy call necessarily. It's, hey, we need to reassess our current strategy.
Listen, 90% of the time when it comes to weather, drivers also make the wrong decision there too.
Also true, looking at Lando in Russia.
I'm just going to say, listen to your engineers in that one. Never get the feedback from the driver, because you only see the one part of the track you're in. They see all of it. But anyway, I get it. It's like, you should trust your engineers to make the decisions. As the driver, you should just drive. So if you then make the call and be like, hey, why are we not thinking of this thing through? And they him and haw on it, that's even worse. Because it just shows you're thinking of things that they're not. So, Ferrari strategy, gonna Ferrari strategy, and we'll have this conversation again in 3 weeks' time, probably, maybe 4.
2 weeks.
Probably.
It's a home race. They're gonna fuck it up even harder.
No, shh. Imola is where we'll shine. Don't worry.
They're gonna fuck it up even harder.
No,
This is just a Simpsons meme. Just wait, he's gonna do something stupid.
Probably. Well, we'll see what happens, but there's a lot of changes that need to happen in the Ferrari garage. So, who knows? Here's hoping. Maybe they'll figure something out before Imola.
Again, maybe having a cup of tea while having strategy decisions is not the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
At this point, have a glass of wine. Maybe I'll actually do something. Let's get drunk strategy calls. At least that'll be entertaining.
We'll go with plan C? Maybe?
But yeah, it's a disaster. Any other teams you want to talk about? Because I have one more, I think, F1 related for this one.
I mean, flip side of that, what we were just talking about, Williams, their season start has been awesome. P5 and P9 this weekend.
That's great. Both in the points. Perfect.
Yep. Williams definitely are that best of the rest, I would say, category.
Mm-hmm.
They have put themselves in Formula 1.5?
E plus.
1.5.
Yeah.
37 points. They're 17 points clear of Haas. So,
and you
they
know,
should
but
be
like for them,
safe.
That's such a big improvement, even in the past like couple of years. So like you can really see the momentum in Williams, and it's really great to see like how far that they've come. Because like, you know, we remember when Claire Williams was there, and the team was basically headed towards disaster. So it's nice to see that the rebuild is working. So I'm excited for the season.
Yeah, I think having Williams up there is nice. It's good for the series to have a team like that up there. It's really funny looking over like the constructors and be like, holy shit, they already have 100-point advantage, McLaren, over Mercedes in second.
Yep.
Ooh.
Even that's crazy though. Mercedes in second. Like,
What's
wow.
crazier is, despite essentially having one driver for 5 races, Red Bull's still third.
Yeah, that actually is crazy. You're right. Maybe that shows like how bad
Ferrari,
Ferrari's
honestly,
internal issues are.
Seriously.
Yeah, because what did you get this weekend? 4 points, 3 in the sprint and 1 in the main race. Yeah. So
I'm just saying, best sprint performance was Lance Stroll.
yeah, honestly.
Good for Lance. Yes, absolutely.
If you would have said that like six races into the season that Lance Stroll would be carrying Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Have all 14 of their points. He does
Yes,
have all
he
14 of their
does.
Yeah.
points.
Fernando
No.
has not done anything this season.
Just another veteran carrying a rookie.
Yeah, isn't Fernando's 17th in points.
Ugh.
Yeah.
With a grand total of 0.
Hey, 4 guys have 0 points.
He's the top of the shit.
Yeah. Alonso, no points. Lawson, no points. Bortoletto, no points. Jack Doohan, no points. Probably won't get a chance to score anymore.
No, we talked about
If
that
the
last
rumors
week.
are true.
Yeah, the rumors
Yes.
seem to be true. And the other fun stat of the day, Steven, if you want to go for that, is every single Alpine driver has DNF'd their final race with Alpine. And if Doohan is out, he also DNFs his final race with Alpine.
That's funny.
That's
That's
awful. That's really sad.
It's funny because it wasn't like I don't even think you can really blame him necessarily. I don't think he had anywhere to
Isn't it
go.
Lawson to him?
Yeah,
it was Lawson.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have anywhere to go off the start. Like, I'll feel bad if that's his last race.
Going out with a whimper.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
So, yeah. Apparently, yes. Doohan will probably be out. Bortoletto will probably be in. It is the way-
Bortoletto.
Sorry, what am I
You
saying?
mean Colapinto?
Colapinto.
Colapinto.
Yes. Wrong name. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Even as an hour ago, Canal Plus is saying Colapinto is in. Oof.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. So
I mean, it's kind of sad because it's not like
However,
Doohan has actually been that terrible. I mean, he did out-qualify Gasly.
he did. I'm saying what Canal is saying though. This is where it gets juicy. He's only in for 6 races.
what?
Are they switching them back?
This could be very interesting.
What are they doing? Like, I'm confused.
Jessica shit.
And just to make things even more confusing for Alpine, their team principal resigned today. So
Oh yeah. All the Oaks is out.
Yeah.
Briatore is back.
Oh boy.
What could go wrong?
Hot take. This is a great thing for Alpine.
Yeah.
The reason I say that Briatore taking over and basically being full, because he was an executive or something before, and now he's just full team principal. This is actually a good thing for Alpine because historically Alpine and previously its iteration of Renault was very corporate.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that was like they couldn't really make decisions. It had to go through multiple layers. They couldn't figure things out. And you've had this revolving door at the top of this team for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since Cyril left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this, I think, with Briatore being a hard-ass, old-school piece of shit team principal,
Yep.
this is the kind of skull cracking that might actually go on, maybe literally, maybe figuratively, to get this team pointed in the right direction. I actually think this is a good move for Alpine, and I think Briatore has job security because I think if anyone in Alpine maybe tries to fire him, they might end up being thrown out a window.
Possibly.
So, yeah,
Briatore was a Russian name.
Briatore, kind of,
Briatorov, Comrade Briatorov.
Yes. So I am curious how this will play out with Alpine. I wonder if this stepping down or resignation is because of some driver decisions. We have seen that in the past. So, yeah. Obviously, we won't know until like a year or so time, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if there's any updates. I doubt it though.
Updates on what?
On Oaks leaving, but no,
Oh.
it's everything. Everybody's just nope.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from F1 because I think.
No.
Oh, you got something else?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
No. We need to talk about this extension.
Oh,
Right.
You told me I had to save it.
Yes,
we
I
need
did.
to talk about this.
Let's go.
This is stupid. This is so stupid. Steven, would you like to share what the stats were for the viewership, of that race?
In the US? Where is it
Mm.
here? So, I'll just go through all the main series. NASCAR was top at 2.5 million. F1 was at 2.1. IndyCar was at 914. So the notable stats here are NASCAR's up around, I think, 9-10% from last year. So not a huge change. IndyCar is up 20% from last year, which is fantastic.
Woo!
F1 is down 33%.
Okay.
From 3, so they had 2.1 this year, 3.1 was their number last year.
You're down 33% and you extend this stupid ass race for 16 years. You're telling me that Spa is on a rotation and we have to sit through Miami for 16 more years. Make it make sense.
Money.
Like, money, but nobody cares about this race. It's so gimmicky. When NASCAR has more viewers than you in the US, you are doing something wrong. This is not the race for you. Pour more money into the Texas race.
I agree.
One that's been on the calendar
Texas
for
race is the
years.
best.
It is. And everybody watches it. Everyone gets excited for it because, like, traditionally, it's been a very exciting race to watch. Miami, usually not very exciting at all when you actually watch it. The only thing you get is a lot of hubbub before the race, and then we get a sprint, but we all think sprints are stupid anyways.
Yes.
It just gives gimmicky. They're NASCARing themselves. But like, Miami garbage aside of like how garbage that race is, 16 years is insane of a contract when all of the other like classic tracks are like what, 2028, maybe 2030,
Maybe.
2041 is insane.
Oh, and we're fucking with the traditional Montreal Grand Prix schedule because the same reason.
I was livid.
On the bright side, if we keep letting Saudi oil money dictate the sport, then the race will be underwater before the contract's up. So you won't have it the whole time.
Maybe, potentially.
It's actually a very
Sarah
smart
did have
move.
a good point. Who knows if the world will be around? TBD.
It's a smart move.
I
You're
don't know, I saw
locking in
news
the
today, but
money.
Maybe not.
You're locking in the money now.
Exactly.
Get paid, and then
Like, sure,
post it elsewhere.
get paid, but lose fans. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that the viewership is getting better year after year.
If
You
we
cannot
want,
tell me.
I would happily put a pin in this because I kind of want to go over all three fucking series of what they're doing wrong right now.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay, so let's hold this for like 2 minutes because, like, let's be honest, the other series are not hard to talk about right now. IndyCar, we had another race where Palou fucking kicks ass, wipes the floor with the field. Not even close. They were trying to make it sound exciting, but he had like a 6-second lead for most of the race. Christian Lundgaard
gosh.
is the, I think, challenger on the series to Palou. And even then, he can't get there.
And it was green to green, right? Like,
Yeah, we
no
still haven't had a
yellows.
caution.
Haven't had a
Like,
caution since lap
my
1 of
God.
St. Pete.
And
That's
everyone's
that.
turning on the hybrids.
Yep.
That's so lame. What's
Yeah.
a race without a caution?
No cautions, no passing. I mean, you've had the odd passing, but even the fighting in the midfield of IndyCar is kind of lame.
That's it. And like, no one wants to watch that.
No.
I'm surprised it was up by 20%. Yay. We love.
Yep.
But wow.
It's great that it's up. I think it's a big problem that it is that product. Nothing wrong with Pillow dominating. That's good on him. He is fantastic.
Mhm.
Put him the fucking F1 by now.
Yes.
But yeah, it is unfortunate that the IndyCar side is just their biggest thing forever was it's great racing. It does not have that.
Is it? No.
Now switching over to NASCAR. Steven, how would you describe the NASCAR race?
Mildly entertaining, but not due to the racing. We had what, 12 cautions?
I would
like
have. It was that in the third stage only. Like,
Yeah. Someone, the commentator jinx was hard.
this was
At
a
work
this
in
was
this
a
one?
fucking iRacing lobby. They couldn't go like more than 15 laps of someone wrecking.
Yeah, someone I can't
that's
remember
awful.
if it was Harvick or one of the commentators was like, or no, it was Reddick's spotter was like, yeah, let's make a stop. You know, we're only gonna get we only got like 90 laps left. Probably won't be that many cautions. There was 5 cautions after that.
Yeah.
It turned into like a late game basketball game. Just every single time you tried to start, stopped. I wanted to blow my brains out.
Honestly, it was a very frustrating last 20 laps of that race.
Last 20, last 100.
Yeah, true.
Jeez.
I went out, took the dog
Wow.
out for a walk, came back. Nothing had changed because they had done 2 green flag laps. That was a solid. It wasn't like a take him outside. It was around the block.
Yeah, it
Nothing
was rough.
changed. Other than I think when I went out, it was Michael McDowell was no longer in the lead because he hit the wall.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's brutal.
basically what I want to now talk about is literally what's wrong with every series. Because I think this weekend definitely can highlight a lot of it.
Yep.
Back to Taylor's point on F1. If you want to continue on how what other
Just to
what other issues are in the sport right now, and how would you fix them?
be honest, the biggest issue that I see in the sport is that they care way too much about the money that's coming in. They don't give a flying hoot about their fans. They don't. All they care is about like how many zeros are on the check that they're given. And I get it. You love money. But at what point do you love money so much that you're killing your product? And I think that's what they're doing.
You could make that statement and have that sentence, and it could be about any one of those 3. It can be
True.
about IndyCar, NASCAR, and F1. They are all focused on this commercial value, which, yes, is important. You need to have the money to go racing. Racing is expensive. However, you are destroying any good faith you have with your fan base.
Mm-hmm. And I think the biggest issue for me is like you take a step back and you're like, there's no way that you actually need this much money, right? With all of the stuff that they do year over year, you have to think that they've got some in the bank and that they can at least invest in their own product. Because when you invest in it, that's how you make more money off the fans who participate and they come out and they buy tickets and all of that, right? And they support it in other ways and your viewership numbers go up and people want to like buy ad space on your event. But the commercialization is just, it's cutting through every vein, and you feel it, you see it, and it's hurting the racing so much.
Like, I know we've had this conversation in the past of like the over commercialization of specifically F1, but I think you're seeing it also in, again, NASCAR and IndyCar as well. And I think all the series are approaching a precipice that, you know, if they don't pull back from, they could be hitting a cliff. There's one series, maybe two technically, that are actually fucking phenomenal right now. And if these other racing series continue the path they're going to go on, this other one is going to be the dominant one. And we all know the one I'm talking about. It is IMSA. It is WEC.
Yeah.
It is sports car racing. It is the hypercar with just more and more manufacturers wanting to join. I think you still have Ferrari, Ford, my bad. That's a big slip there. You still have Ford, you still have McLaren, and you have Genesis coming in. Plus all the manufacturers there now. It's great. I can pump tires on IMSA all day. And
it's a great series.
It's fantastic.
It is a great series. And honestly, if you're really bored and you don't want to watch these big three, even watch Rally. Rally's fun.
That is not what I would have guessed you would have said. Holy shit. Okay. Rally fan Taylor. I would not have guessed you a Rally fan.
Okay, but like, it's fun.
Yes, it is.
They're
It's insane.
Going ham. Watch Rally. Why not?
Also, some of the best clips you can find on TikTok, on Instagram, are Rally clips of them just making ridiculous saves, corners, guys ripping it down country roads or bike paths even. Like, yeah, like Rally is fantastic.
The old one where, or the old clips where it's, was it the guys broke a tire rod or a pole rod and then had to smash it with a rock?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Like, honestly,
that clip's fucking hilarious.
If you think that like race car drivers are insane with like just the big three, watch a rally race because those guys are certifiably nuts.
Rally and bikes. If you race those, you are nuts.
Oh. Okay, bikes people, they're on another level. I'm not a bike fan.
They're S tier of racing nut fan or racing.
Yeah, there's S tier. Bikes are S tier, and then there's the Isle of Man, which is like S++.
Yeah, there's like, you need to be institutionalized for whatever is going on.
Yeah.
Like, don't know, sure. But there's so much other racing out there than the big three, and it's just like. It's frustrating to watch them destroy these series that we all love so much.
Well, I'm seeing these series approaching a cliff that I don't know what the hell they're going to do. F1 can't figure out its next regulations because they're trying to do multiple things. They're trying to have this half engine, half battery power, but that's not working. They're now talking about possibly just ditching it and going massive engines with renewable fuels.
Sustainable fuel.
Yep.
Which, again, no one can agree on that because people still want that hybrid technology. IndyCar has gone to the hybrid, and IndyCar's racing has just cratered because of the extra weight in the cars.
Yep.
And then they can't even decide what their next move is. Are they getting a car? Are they not? When's it going to come? 27, 28? Like, you're going to suffer like this for the next 3 years, maybe?
Oh.
And then NASCAR can't even make a change. They're like, nope, we're doing this. Everything is right. We're going to stick with it as it is. And everyone's like, this is getting worse and worse every year because it's the same shit. And everyone's just getting tired of it.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it, again, in the ratings with F1. Like, they fell like 20%. That ain't
30.
good. 30? Fuck.
33% this weekend.
33%.
That's huge because people are not enjoying this product.
Like, it just doesn't, the logic is not there. It's not. I just don't get, like, I get it, yes, money, but who cares about the money if no one's watching?
Yeah.
Right? If you have no fans, no one's going to give you money.
Also, no one gives a shit this year, like for F1 as well, I think, in terms of media, because there's not a whole lot to talk about. There's not a whole lot going, like, in the past, there was always throughout the weeks and stuff between races, talks of like development, who's doing this, who's bringing upgrades, stuff like that. Have you heard anyone talk about upgrades at all this year?
Actually, that is such a good point. I have not seen one headline of a team bringing upgrades.
No one wants to. It's the last year of these regulations. They're moving on.
Yeah. I mean, they're all, well, the regulations that are supposedly coming in 2026. TBD.
Yeah. But
yeah, well, no, it's the engine regulations.
Reportedly
I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and Mercedes reportedly tested and they couldn't get the battery to last down a straight.
Yeah. Let's not forget,
Oh boy.
F1 also has the
boy.
stupid active aero shit coming in where the front and rear wing now have DRS. You forget about that too? Like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with like these series. They are like,
Oh boy.
they are on a deadline to get these things done that they can't even themselves figure out.
All right. So I'll pose a question to you both. Magic wand, fix one thing, and you can't just say make racing good. Like try and make it somewhat specific.
Yep.
One magic wand, one thing. What do you fix for each series, or just pick one series? It's your choice.
Okay. No. This is a very simple answer.
Okay.
IndyCar. Open up engine regulations.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Run what you bring. It has to fit in a box. Make it fit. Make it work in the back of this car. You can run it. NASCAR. Get rid of stages.
Yes, I was going to say that. NASCAR, get rid of stages, please.
Like you're seeing with this car, you know, this car and this field in NASCAR is so tight. And people are getting really annoyed with these races where it's coming down to lotteries, caution fests towards it, or boring races where guys can't pass because it's so tight. So let the strategy play out over an entire race. If it's going to be so close, let the margins work themselves out. Let strategy work itself. Get rid of stages. Like I don't see why. Like
the other thing, I think that getting rid of stages, not that it's a massive thing. If you get rid of stages, you know what else happens? Your races get a little bit shorter time wise because the other problem. You know what time the NASCAR race started this weekend?
What time?
3:30, 3:45. Let's say 3:45. F1 started at 4. F1 was done. There was another 45 minutes of NASCAR racing, partially because of cautions.
Jesus.
But like, holy fuck.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Sean, do you have an F1 one?
Yeah. Bring in one or two other tire manufacturers.
Why were our answers going to be the same? But it's okay. I've got
because
others.
Because at the end of the day, these are not hard things to do. It's just there's no actual willpower to do these things. No one wants to spend the money to do these things, and no one wants to admit they were wrong and say, nope, we have to backtrack and do something. You have a bunch of stubborn old fucks running these sports. Your fan base is getting pissed off. You're not getting young people into the sport, and you're just driving these sports into the ground. The best fucking racing out there right now is sports car racing. And they're actually trying everything they can to get fans interested.
Yes. Okay. So NASCAR, yes, take away stages, but also I would say put more road races on your calendar. I think it brings a little bit more variety than what they currently have, which is like what, 3, 4, maybe? Maybe?
I don't know if they need more road races. I
think they do.
I would get rid of some.
Okay, well, you know what? I have to make stuff up here because you stole all my answers.
You can agree and just add on to more. It's fine.
IndyCar, I do agree. I think they do need to open up the engine regulations. I think that would be fantastic.
Or chassis.
F1 or chassis.
Get
a new chassis.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes. Dale Coyne even wants it. Please. That guy does not spend any money.
Hey, they had a 4th place finish this week.
That's amazing. Good for them.
Venus VK.
F1, I would, if there's one thing that I could wish for in F1, it'd be let's visit other tracks. There are so many other tracks in the world that they could go to, and the fact that they're signing contracts for all of these ones that nobody really likes I mean, South Africa is one that I've seen in the news that I would love. Bring it back. I think there's options out there, and I think that they could be a little bit more creative with their schedule, and I think that would be really fun. And that would make it a little bit more interesting. Like, even, like, honestly, might be controversial. Get rid of Spain. It's a snooze fest. No one likes it.
Well, I mean, they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Madrid now.
Which looks terrible also.
Yeah.
I also
but
I
you're
feel like there's
replacing terrible with terrible.
I know, but I think there's a very subtle thing of Spain wanting to take it away from Barcelona and put it to Madrid, to like
Politically?
some separatist shit there, right? Because Barcelona's part of was it Catalonia?
Catalonia, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is, yes, I could see that. But again, there's other tracks in the world that you could go to that would just be, like, it would just add something instead of, like, doing the same garbage every year and not ever try something new or bring something back.
Yes. Steven,
Yep.
thoughts? Anything? Magic
Yeah,
wand?
what are your thoughts?
Now I gotta think of different shit. So I guess NASCAR, building off of the time thing, shorten some of these races if you're already doing the stage thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long commitment.
I think
it really
a lot
is.
Yeah, and that's not to say you shorten every single race by the same amount, but by 50% or whatever it is. Like, I think it's good to have a mix of distances on different tracks or track styles. Like, and I it's not like I'd love to keep this Coke 600. That's a historical race, part of the doubleheader that you do with Indy. So you know what, you keep that one. But I think there's other time. Like, not every race has to be 400 fucking miles, guys.
Mhm.
We can shorten some of these up a little bit.
Like, just do like a 200 or something, or a 250.
Or find some way to shorten it up. Again, the stages kind of does it. You can't always control the cautions. You're going to get some longer races. But I think if you just take the lap count down, shorten up some of these, make it more of a sprint, that'd be fine. Or increase the power, especially on the short ovals. One of those two would be mine for NASCAR. IndyCar, I think scheduling, you fix the
That's
front
a big
half of
one,
your
too.
schedule.
Yeah.
Because part of the other reason you're not getting people into your sport is you have your month of May, and July is really good. It's hard to get into IndyCar because you have these 3-week breaks that just kill your momentum. You've had some good racing to start, but everybody forgets what happened by the next race because you have so much time in between. You can't go 20 days between races.
No, you should only go 14, like 2 weeks max.
Yeah, if you want to have like a summer break, go for it. That's fine. That's whatever. But and the other thing, I'm very interested to see how July goes because we went through the July schedule. It's a fucking nightmare.
Mhm.
You're going from where's the schedule here? Because you're going from
Is it Mid-Ohio, Iowa, Toronto?
So you do your month of May, Detroit, Illinois, Wisconsin. Then you go from Wisconsin. You get one week break. You go to Ohio for Mid-Ohio. You go to Iowa for 2 races. You go to north to Toronto. Then you go all the way down to California. There's no breaks in there. Throw a break in there somewhere. You can find some time. Put Monterey when you're over in Thermal. Put those 2 races together. Move Thermal up to like a week. Slide in Laguna Seca later on in the week or 2 weeks later. All of a sudden, look, I now have 4 races in the first 6 weeks. 7 weeks. Magic.
Can I also add another magic wand?
Sure. As is for F1, I don't really have one outside of what was said already. Other than maybe add another team. You
Yeah.
I'm fine diluting the talent pool because, again, as we've said before on previous episodes, like there's tons of talent. You're bleeding talent to other sports, and you look at guys like Christian Lundgaard and how he's performed. Like that's a lost talent.
Yep.
And you invested so much. Your teams within your series have invested so much money into developing this driver, and you've just lost him in the prime of his career. And he didn't look necessarily great. Not that he was on a great team at the time, but now he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I would say one for NASCAR. Break up its monopoly of owning all the speedways.
Yeah.
Because that would then force speedways to actually have to do things that are in their interests, and also allow IndyCar and other series to use those speedways as well.
Yes.
I'll never forgive NASCAR for ruining Texas.
That too. Or Iowa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd probably go with those. Anyway, any other fun things to talk about?
I guess so. Give props where it's due. NASCAR is, I think they officially announced that Homestead is going to be the championship race for 2026, and that's a good move. I like Homestead. What? Okay.
It's one step forward, 2 steps back. Says, hey, look at this. We're giving you Homestead. Yay. The finale is going to be on rotation. Fuck.
Yep.
Oh, that's something that I could have said for NASCAR. Get rid of the stupid playoff format.
Also, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the idea of a rotation necessarily. I just know they're gonna fuck it up somehow.
So they're rotating between what, like Homestead and
they haven't really said. They just said
okay.
Homestead will be 2026. So essentially, you're probably gonna keep Phoenix in that rotation. I would not be shocked if they say fuck it, we're throwing in a super speedway one year because we're gonna randomly decide who the winner is this year. Someone from the Final Four can get knocked out on lap 5.
Like there's only
in a big one.
4 options to pick at that time of the year in the South. Like Homestead, Miami, Phoenix. California. Oh, no, you don't have California anymore. Can't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, imagine they do Bristol. Oof.
Oh.
Ooh.
That'd be unfortunate.
Oh boy.
Like, yeah, there's not a whole lot of options for that kind of
You know what? Oh, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna. I can already see it. They're gonna say, "Fuck it, Daytona 500. It's not starting the season. It's ending it."
Oh my gosh.
That is some.
That would be.
No, that would be.
And Atlanta becomes your opener.
I could see that being a Galaxy Brain move.
Or no, if Daytona 500 ends it, then your first race of the season is Homestead.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I hope they enjoy it. If they did go that route, I hope they would enjoy riots on their hands.
I can't remember what it was.
There's no way that would go over well.
There is talk of reconfiguring, I think, another track out there to be Atlanta-esque, so like another mini super speedway.
What, Texas?
I think Texas is actually too big. 'Cause Texas is 2 miles. It would have to be 1.5 miles. Maybe Charlotte. Maybe they reconfigure Homestead. That'd be, I think, terrible, horrible to do.
Yeah, it's not Homestead.
Charlotte. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Charlotte. I mean, most people want to watch for the Roval, anyways. But like,
get rid of the Roval.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. You're just gonna reconfigure all these tracks to make it fit the next gen. Because, like, if you kept the next gen car around forever, sure, it's been very exciting to watch Kansas, Atlanta. But at the same time, you're not. What are you gonna do? You're gonna reconfigure everything to be a intermediate drafting track?
I guess so. They have the money.
And then all of a sudden switch up the regulations on your next gen car, and then all of a sudden, shit, the car fucking sucks at fucking intermediate drafting tracks. Yeah. Oh well. Reconfigure the tracks again.
Yeah, there's no good solution to this. Because all of these series have painted themselves in a corner. F1 has painted itself in the corner by being so over technical at this point with their whole engine formula hybrids bullshit, their ridiculously complex aerodynamic regulations. IndyCar has put itself in this spot of, we have to be a cheap series. We cannot spend money. We want to spend as little money as possible for some reason. NASCAR is, we are going down this route of stupid close roulette racing. And like, again, I'm just looking at IMSA and being like, wow, I guess IMSA and WEC can be like, wow, you've made manufacturers interested. You are going to a whole bunch of tracks. You are having inter-series competition between IMSA and WEC. You have multiple different tire manufacturers in, I think, WEC, but IMSA only has Michelin. Like, you have so much fan interaction because you are fun. Your teams are trying to get people interested, so therefore they're just trying all these things that are fun. AO Racing, great example of that.
They're doing it for the fans.
They're just trying to have good racing and to have fans, and it's not like, no one in that series has painted themselves in the corner of, this is what we have to go down. Look at the history of fucking endurance racing and sports car racing. It's changed so many times because when they realize something's not working or the series is struggling, they change it up and they get people interested. Like, there was a couple years ago where you only had like 3 manufacturers in like the top, what is it? The, LMP1 class. LMP2 has died, but that is a formula that's been around for like a decade, and I think they're working on improving that next. So again, little things to be touched on and worked on, but the series health as a whole is there, and it will only get better, especially as these other series struggle to figure out what the hell they're going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
So congrats IMSA and WEC for, well, I would say getting over the very low bar, but honestly, the bar's on the ground and they've still jumped over it. Everyone else is just sort of rolling in the dirt over it.
Back to the Ferrari conversation. IMSA and WEC saw a path, made a decision. The other series are currently Ferrariing this and just being hemming and hawing, not sure which way to go down. Do we go left? Do we go right? I don't know. And bam, they hit a tree. And that tree is coming a lot sooner than you think for all these series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. Okay, on that note, maybe we should wrap up so you can go rescue the dog.
Yep.
Lexi's going insane.
She always was insane. It's fine. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for listening to this week's episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and we shall be back next week. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.